Good morning, students. In the previous period, we looked the Laplace transform of various elementary functions. Some of the very basic and important elementary functions which we had already proved. Among them, the number one is Laplace transform of 1. That is, we had already proved that is equal to 1 by s. Similarly, the Laplace transform of k, that is equal to k by s, where k is any constant. Then we calculate Laplace transform of t, that is 1 by s square, and this is the standard formula to calculate the Laplace transform of any algebraic function which is of the power n, means L of t to the power n is equal to factorial n upon s to the power n plus 1, where n must be, the n takes the values 1, 2, 3 in order to means positive integers. In the same way, there is another form in the form of gamma function. Laplace transform of t to the power n is equal to gamma of n plus 1 upon s to the power n if for any value of n greater than or equal to 0. Second form, particular I am talking about this form, gamma function can be used for any values of n which is greater than or equal to 0. I mean that if n is either equal to rational numbers, means not necessary it should be the integers, means for n equal to 1 by 2 or 2 by 3 like this, if we want to calculate, then use this gamma function format. Then we calculate, we see the standard Laplace transform formula for some exponential functions, that is the Laplace transform of e to the power at. This we should have to remember all the basic elementary functions. Laplace transform of e to the power at is equal to, you have to keep in mind 1 upon s minus a, and Laplace transform of e to the power minus at is equal to 1 upon s plus a. These two things about e to the power at and e to the power minus at, 1 upon s minus a and s plus a. Then we talk about Laplace transform of sine of at, a upon s square plus a square, and Laplace transform of cos of at equal to s upon s square plus a square. This is the Laplace transform of trigonometric function sine of at and cos of at. And also we find Laplace transform of sine of h at. So this Laplace transform of sine of h at is equal to a hyperbolic function, it is equal to a upon s square minus a square, and Laplace transform of cos of h at is equal to s upon s square minus a square. So these are the 11 basic elementary function of which Laplace transform you should have to keep in mind while solving the further problems. So now we go to see some problems on this Laplace transform of some functions. The first problem is like this: find Laplace transform of cos of h at minus cos of at. So by linearity property of the Laplace transform, what we do that take the Laplace transform of cos of h at minus Laplace transform of cos of at, separate of this, that is called Laplace transform of elementary properties. And then by the standard result of Laplace transform of cos of h at is equal to, we know that we had already seen this, Laplace transform of cos h at equal to s upon s square minus s square. We put here Laplace transform of cos of h is equal to s upon s square minus s square, and Laplace transform of cos of at from this standard result, s upon s square plus a square. Then multiplying this denominator, means taking the LCM of this and cross multiplication, we get s square minus a square into s square plus a square. This is a plus b into a minus b. According to this, a square minus b square formula applied. So s square into a square means s square of whole square minus a square of whole square, that is this, and then cross multiplication of this one like this. So s into a square plus a square and minus s into a square minus a square. Simplifying this, we get s cube plus a square s minus s cube into a minus minus plus s into a square, that is a square, s upon s square of square, that is s to the power 4 minus a square of square, that is minus a to the power 4. And after simplifying this is cancelled, and a square plus a square, that is 2a square upon s square minus a square. So this is the Laplace transform of cos of h at minus cos of at. Similarly, we see the second problem for this. So second problem is find the Laplace transform of sine of 2t minus 3. we know that one formula, that is sine of a minus b, using the result of sine of a minus b. What is the sine of a minus b? Expansion of sine of a minus b, sine a into cos b minus cos a into sine b. Using this expression, we can expand sine of 2t minus 3. So sine of, this is your a suppose, and this is a, and I am using this formula, sine of a minus b equal to sine a into cos b minus cos a into sine b. Using this expansion formula of sine of a minus b, here I applied Laplace transform of sine of 2t into cos 3 minus cos of 2t into sine 3, and then again using this linearity property, separate of these two Laplace transform, L of sine of 2t cos 3 minus L of this cos of 2t into sine 3. Then cos 3, it is the constant because there is no t function with, that's why it goes outside the Laplace transform by linearity property. So it goes outside this, means cos 3 L of sine 2t. Similarly here sine 3 is the constant, goes outside the L, means sine of 3 into L of cos 2t. Now very simple, how to what is the standard result of L of sine of 2t? L of sine of 2t means we know that L of sine of at, this is a upon a square plus a square. So L of sine of 2t is what? 2 upon a square plus 2 square. So I am here, right? 2 upon a square plus 2 square means 2 square is 4. So sine of 2t is equal to 2 upon a square plus 4. This is the Laplace transform of sine of 2t. Then minus sine 3 cos of 2t, that is the standard result. Cos of at means s upon a square plus a square. Similarly, so cos of 2t means in place of a you have to write 2. So s upon a square plus 2 square. Here I write s upon a square plus 2 square means s upon a square plus 4. So in this way, simplifying this, 2 cos 3 upon a square plus 4 and s into sine 3 upon a square plus 4. Then we know the denominator is same, that's why the addition of numerator is directly, we get 2 cos 3 minus s sine 3 upon s square plus 4. So this is the result of Laplace transform of sine of 2t minus 3. Similarly, now we take some more problems on the Laplace transform. The third problem is we are going to talk about find the Laplace transform of t square plus at plus b. We have to calculate the Laplace transform of this function. Very simple it is. Just using the linearity property of the Laplace transform, separate, taking the L of each function, means L of t square plus L of at plus L of b. Here a is the constant, so L of t means L of t square means factor this formula, L of t to the power n, that is equal to factorial n upon s to the power n plus 1. So here the value of n is 2, that's why factorial n means factorial 2 upon s cube, s to the power n plus 1. A constant, Laplace transform of t means 1 by s square from the standard result, and Laplace transform of any constant b is, that is equal to b by s. So 2 by s cube plus a upon s square plus b upon s, and you may take the s cube common for simplification from the whole denominator. So when you take the common s cube from this denominator, so you get here remaining only 2, here a plus a into s plus b into s square. So this is the result of Laplace transform of t square plus at plus b. So next one we see about find the Laplace transform of root of t minus 1 upon root t whole square. So we know that a minus b whole square formula we apply and get the expansion of this. So that is what root of t whole square means, that is a minus b whole square, that is equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square. Using this formula, root t whole square means t minus 2 into root t into 1 upon root t, that is cancelled, that's why minus 2 only, and 1 upon root t whole square means 1 by t. So in this way you get the expansion of this term is equal to t minus 2 plus 1 by t. Take the Laplace of each term linearity property, L of t minus 2 L of 2 plus L of 1 by t. So we know that the standard result L of t is 1 by s square, constant minus 2 by s plus L of, take t in the numerator, so t to the power 1 becomes t to the power minus 1. Now this is important. as the power of, we know this formula, L of t to the power n equal to factorial n upon s to the power n, provided the condition is this n must be positive integer. This must be positive. If you remember, we write there and mention there. But here the value of n is what? Minus 1. So if the value of minus 1, if the power of any algebraic function is negative integer, then the Laplace transform of that algebraic function is not exist. That's why I'm saying here L to the power t minus 1 does not exist, because t to the power minus 1 is, this is negative integer, and we know that the Laplace transform of any algebraic function whose power is negative integer is not exist. So if this L2 to the power minus 1 is not exist, means I say that the Laplace transform of the whole function does not exist. This is very, very important, you have to keep in mind. The next important problem we are going to see, that one is L of root t plus 1 upon root t whole cube, and definitely we should have the whole cube formula, we should have to keep in mind for the expansion of this. So what is the whole cube formula? Say here a plus b whole cube. What is the formula, expansion formula of a plus b whole cube? That is a cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square and then plus b cube. This is the expansion of formula. We know that a plus b whole cube. This is the expansion formula. Using this a plus b whole cube formula, we applied here and get the values of root t plus 1 by root t whole cube. So same thing apply here. A cube means root t whole cube plus 3 a square b means root t into 1 upon root t whole square into 1 upon root t plus 3ab square means 3 into root t into 1 upon root t whole square plus last b whole cube means 1 upon root t whole cube. So root t to the power t, root t means what? T to the power 1 by 2. Root t means t to the power 1 by 2. So root t to the power 3, it means that t to the power 3 by 2. So according to I here, right? T to the power 3 by 2, root t to the power 3 means t to the power 3 by 2. Then 3 into root t whole square, root t whole square, that equal to what? Root t whole square and this root t. One root t is cancelled from here. And root t means t to the power 1 by 2. So 3 into 2 to the power 1 by 2 is remaining here, right? Then plus 3 root t into 1 upon root t whole square. This 1 root t and from the denominator 1 root t is cancelled. Here 1 upon root t remaining in the denominator here. And this root t, when it takes in the numerator, it becomes t to the power minus 1 by 2. That's why I am writing here 3t to the power minus 1 by 2 after the simplification of this term. Is it okay? Then the last one, 1 upon root t whole cube. 1 upon root t whole cube means 1 upon t to the power 3 by 2. When t to the power 1 upon t to the power 3 by 2 takes in the numerator, it writes as t to the power minus 3 by 2 because it goes in the numerator. And now apply the linearity property. L of t to the power 3 by 2 plus 3 L of t to the power 1 by 2 plus 3 outside constant L of t to the power minus 1 by 2 plus L of t to the power minus 3 by 2. I am taking the applying the linearity property and means separation of Laplace transform of each term. So simple, t to the power 3 by 2. Again you just everyone knows about t to the power n equal to. Now here keep in mind there are two expressions for Laplace transform of algebraic equation t to the power n. One is the factorial form expression and other is using gamma function. So here the power of algebraic function t to the power 3 by 2. 3 by 2 is what? Not positive integer. It is not integer. It is positive but not integer. If it is not integer, then you have to use the gamma expression form to calculate L of t to the power n. What is that? L of t to the power n in the gamma form we had already seen. L of t to the power n is equal to gamma of n plus 1 upon s to the power n plus 1. This is right. So using this, gamma of here n is equal to 3 by 2. That's why gamma of 3 by 2 plus 1 upon s to the power n plus 1 means s to the power 3 by 2 plus 1. Is it okay? Next 3. Similar here again, n is equal to 1 by 2 here, put here in this formula. 1 by 2 means 1 by 2 plus 1, here gamma of 1 by 2 plus 1. Then s to the power 1 by 2 plus 1, just putting n equal to 1 by 2 in this formula, you will get Laplace transform of t to the power 1 by 2 plus 3. Now here minus 1 by 2, put here n equal to minus 1 by 2. Now don't confuse here that in the earlier I had told you that when the power of n is negative, when the power of t is negative, then L does not exist. But keep in mind what I told you, that if the power of algebraic function is negative integer, I am talking about integer means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 0, minus 1. But here the power of t is negative, but it is not integer. It is a non-integer, means it is rational number. So in such case the L is exist. So how it is calculated? L of t to the power minus 1 by t, that we see in the next step. Then L of t to the power minus 3 by 2. So that is 3. T to the power minus 1 by 2 means gamma of, again here put n equal to minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 plus 1 upon s to the power minus 1 by 2. Here again n equal to minus 3 by 2, put here minus 3 by 2 plus 1 s to the power minus 3 by 2 plus 1. Simplifying now, gamma of 5 by 2 s to the power 5 by 2. 3 gamma of 1 by 2 plus 1 means gamma of 3 by 2, then s to the power 5 by 2 plus 3 minus 1 by 2 plus 1 means gamma of 1 by 2, s to the power minus 1 by 2 plus 1 means 1 by 2. Here gamma of minus 3 by 2 plus 1. Now this became gamma of minus 1 by 2. This is important. In the next step we see how to calculate the gamma of minus 1 by 2 upon s to the power minus 3 by 2 plus 1. Here the minus 3 by 2 plus 1 means minus 1 by 2. Okay. Now we know the result of this. What is gamma of 5 by 2? That is 3 by 2 into 1 by 2 upon into root 5 and upon s to the power 5 by 2. 3. And what is the value of gamma of 3 by 2? 1 by 2 into root 5. S to the power 3 by 2 as it is. Plus 3 into gamma of 1 by 2 equal to, we know standard result is 2 pi root pi into s to the power 1 by 2 plus. Now this is the important step, because still we are not talking about how to calculate the gamma values of negative number. Here I am telling you that how to calculate gamma of minus 1 by 2. Before that you just stop and see here. We know this standard result, n into gamma of n equal to what? Gamma of n plus 1. Is it okay? Because here see, I give the example, 5 into gamma of 5. What we write? 5 into gamma of 5 means 5. What is the value of gamma of 5? 4, 3, 2, 1. So it complete, it becomes what? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 means it is what? Gamma of 6. Means gamma of n plus 1 is equal to n into gamma of n, because we can write 6 means 5 plus 1. So what you get the result? Gamma 5 into gamma of 5 is equal to gamma of 5 plus 1. In generalize we can say that n into gamma n is equal to gamma of n plus 1. Is it okay? So using this formula, gamma of n is equal to, dividing this n on this side means this is the required adjustment. Gamma of n is equal to gamma of n plus 1 upon n. Okay. Now put n equal to minus 1 by 2 here. So gamma of minus 1 by 2, put here n equal to minus 1 by 2. Gamma of minus 1 by 2 equal to gamma, put here n equal to minus 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2 plus 1 upon again n equal to 1 by 2. So here what we write? Minus 1 by 2. So gamma of minus 1 by 2 equal to gamma of minus 1 by 2 plus 1 upon minus 1 by 2. So gamma of minus 1 by 2 plus 1 means what? Gamma of 1 by 2. Is it okay? Here I write gamma of 1 minus 1 by 2 is equal to gamma of minus 1 by 2 plus 1 upon minus 1 by 2, and this s to the power minus 1 by 2 as it is. So gamma of minus 1 by 2 plus 1, that is gamma of 1 by 2 upon minus 1 by 2 into s to the power minus 1 by 2. Simplifying this, three terms as it is. The last one is this minus 1 by 2 minus plus minus 2 goes in the numerator, so 2, and gamma of 1 by 2 is what? Root pi upon s to the power minus 1 by 2. So this is a very important problem, and particular this step is very important, and using this you can calculate how to calculate the value of gamma of minus 1 by 2. It is not easily calculated because ulterior we know only the positive values, but here the gamma of minus 1 by 2. That's why using this standard results of this you will get the values of this. So in this way this is the very important, and everyone should make the practice of this problem, and this type of problems asked in the examination so many times. Now we go for the next problem, that is find Laplace transform of 3t square minus 2et plus sin h 3t plus 5 cos 4t. It is simple, just using the linearity, applying the linearity property. So L of 3t square means by linearity property 3 is constant outside, L of t square, then minus 2 outside, L of et, plus L of sin of h 3t plus 5 outside, L of cos h 4t. Just calculate what is the Laplace transform of t square. Formula we know that L of t to the power n is equal to factorial n upon s to the power n plus 1. Using this, factorial 2 upon s cube minus 2 upon e to the power t, e to the power at, L of e to the power at equal to what? 1 upon s minus a. So this is the standard formula. So a here, the value of a is here 1. So that's 1 upon s minus 1 plus Laplace transform of sin of h 3t. What is that formula? Hyperbolic function, sine hyperbolic function, that is a upon s square minus a square. Here a, the value of a is 3. So a upon s square minus a square means 3 upon s square minus 9 plus 5. Trigonometry function, cos trigonometry function. Here the value of a is 4. So 5 into s upon s square plus 16, because here the value of a is 4. So in this way you get 3 factorial 2 is 6. So 6 factorial 2 means 2. 2 into 3 6. 6 upon s cube minus 2 upon s minus 1 plus 3 upon s square minus 9 plus 5s upon s square plus 16. Simple. So it is the sixth problem. So now we are going to find out the values of example. We see the example number 7. When the two different cos functions are multiplied, how to get the Laplace transform. This is again the very important problems for this. So what is that? Find L of cos 2t into cos t. So looking this, we observe that there are two different cos functions are multiplied. We know the standard result cos a into cos b. What is the standard result of cos a into cos b? That is equal to 1 by 2 cos of a plus b plus cos of a minus b. So using this formula, we can simplify or expanding this cos 2t into cos t. This is suppose a cos a into cos b. The value of a is 2t, the value of b is t, suppose. So cos a into cos b equal to 1 by 2 cos of a plus b plus cos of a minus b. So here applying that 1 by 2 cos of 2t plus t plus cos of a minus b means 2t minus 2. This is the expansion of this. So 1 by 2 equal to cos of 2t plus t, that is 3t, cos 3t, 2t minus t means cos t. So 1 by 2 cos of 3t, L means again applying the linearity property, separation of this, L of cos 3t plus L of cos t. 1 by 2 3t cos of 3t, here the value of a is 3, that's why s upon s square plus 9 plus here the value of a is 1, so therefore L of cos tt is equal to s upon s square plus 1. So this is equal to 1 by 2. Simplifying this, multiplying these 2 and taking the cross multiplication, s square plus 9 into s square plus 1 denominator multiplication, and its cross multiplication is like this. So s square plus 1 s into s square plus 1 plus s into s square plus 9. Simplifying this, s into s square, that is s cube, plus s into s plus s into s square, that is s cube, plus 9 into s, that is 9s. So s cube plus s cube, that is 2s cube, plus s plus 9s, that is 10s. So s square plus 9 into s square plus 1. So s cube plus 5s upon s square plus 9 into s square plus 1. So in this way, that is the Laplace transform of cos 2t. Into cos t simplifying, you will get s taking s common, s square plus 5 upon s square plus 9 plus upon s square plus 1. This is the Laplace transform of this function, and this is very